Hey, it's me, Monte. It's Tuesday. I got a box. Let's see what's inside. Yesterday was a mommy day. I had to be home with a sick kid. I came to school with a kind of bad note and 2 boxes from parents for little prizes from the elf. One parent brought us stamps. And so I'm gonna have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. I'm gonna have my little elf on the shelf, and I'm going to move it tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll go ahead and give out their stamps, their little Christmas stamps. We have a snowman, a gingerbread man, a Santa, and reindeer. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give those out tomorrow. Thank you, mommy or daddy, mommy and daddy. And then I got some fruit snacks. So I do put out little, if you would like to donate, blurb on Class Dojo. I told them to double wrap in the bag. It was like quadruple double wrapped, and then in the box it had my name on it and it was taped up so that it could be hidden from their kids. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then the fruit snacks I'll probably do Friday, and then we'll see what happens next week. But I was off yesterday. On Sunday night, I had to make some very quick sub plans. I had a kid with a fever, so I stayed home. He still has a fever, but we have a grandma that said to bring him over, so thank you to my mother-in-law. So he is there today. What did we do today? Today we are starting STAR testing, and so STAR testing is from our Renaissance program and helps gauge our kids and see where they're at. It shows growth. The kids take an early literacy test. I have about half my class that has done it, and the others were reading a book. So when we come back in, I'm gonna have them switch. I'm gonna have my kids that have been reading, they are going to do the test, and then my friends that were taking the test are going to read a book. Tomorrow we'll finish up whoever needs to finish, and so that'll be Wednesday, and then for Thursday and Friday I'll focus on math, and then next week I'll get whoever missed it. But that's like the big thing that we're doing this week. We are still singing our songs of Let's Build a Gingerbread House and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because on Friday we have our concert, I guess we'll call it. Let me see what else we're doing today.
So the kids just looked around to find the elf, and this is what they found instead. We have 2 baby elves watching over the kids this week with all my other stuff, and then there's another one in another part of the room that they found, and so that was the exciting part of our elf on the shelf today.
We walked around. They asked if they could take pictures of the little elves, and so I said yes. So they went and they took the pictures of the little elves, and they said she had babies, which, okay. So I have little elves in my room, and they're always like, they're watching, which I think is cute and wonderful. So we have little elves in our room today. Maybe they'll make an appearance tomorrow. Maybe we'll have our regular elf on the shelf back tomorrow. We'll see. We don't know what's gonna happen. We did do Sneezy the Snowman. That's our book for the week. We just went over characters and then setting. We talked quickly about characters being people, animals, or things. This week is a thing because it's a snowman. And then we talked about setting being a where and a when. So our where is outside and our when is during winter. That's what we did. We'll come back in. We have a science activity that we're going to do with the sorting the animals. And then we have our ST, or not our ST, we have our friends that are doing testing. We'll switch groups and we'll do that. And then we have our phonics. Phonics this week is starting digraphs. We are doing over sh and ng this week, and so we are going to go over the other digraphs next week. Phonics today, and then we're just going to listen to Thump Thump Helps Out. That's our story for today. We're just going to listen to it. I'm going to read it to them, and then that's our reading. That's all we're going to do today. And then we have a science activity, like I said. So we have science at the end. PE is walking because today's Meandering Monday, as I tell them. And we'll see what we get to. I'll see you at the end of the day. We do have staff meetings since it is Tuesday. I am a little bit, because it is Tuesday and I came in late because of traffic. And so I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'll talk to you later. Morning. It's Wednesday. It's reindeer day at school. So reindeer sweater, reindeer, reindeer, and then I put a reindeer nose. I do have some reindeer activities we're going to do today. So let me get my stuff out.
This is our elf on the shelf, or should I say elves on the shelf. They visited us yesterday. The kids loved it to have little baby elves running through my room. These are stamps that a parent donated, so this is their little gift that they get today.
They gave up like little themes every day. Candy cane day, so dress in red and white. Today was reindeer day, so I told my kids they can, dress in brown. If you have reindeer stuff, wear it. I'm wearing a reindeer sweater. I have reindeer glasses, and I put my little reindeer nose. What we're going to do today that involves reindeer is we're going to read a little reader about reindeer, and I also have a booklet on reindeer. So we'll read these two, and then on the back, there is a reindeer investigation. I got this from a first for everything. That's what the store is called. It was free. And so I got that. So I'll read this, and then we will read this later on, and we will fill out the back. And the back just says diet, description, predators, life cycle, and habitat. And so we'll go over that for reindeer. We'll use this information for some reindeer writing that we'll do today. Tomorrow, I'm going to carry over our reindeer activities, and I found from a different company or a different store, first grade schoolhouse. They had a reindeer pet questionnaire, and so I printed off from another paper that I had, little tiny reindeer. We'll go ahead and color it, and then they'll fill out about their reindeer pet, and it has a word search on the back. So this is going to be for tomorrow, and so that way they get reindeer day 2 days. And then I also found a reader that I copied and stapled about reindeer, or that has reindeer in it. Yesterday they read their phonics reader, which was Sheldon Can Help. We're going over digraphs. We're going over sh and ng this week. So they read that with a partner today. We will read this together, and then we will do independent reading from our poetry and our story booklets. So I'm going to give this to them today. I'll maybe give them time to color. They always ask, do we have time to color? But we'll see if we have time for that. So we're going to do 2 reindeer things today. We're going to do our nonfiction writing and our nonfiction reading and our graphic organizer, and then we will do our booklet on reindeer. And then tomorrow we will do a reindeer questionnaire, and then do our nonfiction writing that goes with our nonfiction reading. So we'll spread it out for 2 days. Is there anything else that has to do with reindeer? No. So that's it for my reindeer themed stuff. Hi, it's lunchtime. Reindeer day is a success. So many kids with reindeer things on. We finished reading Sneezy the Snowman. We are going to work on our chart. And so just our chart, that is our retell for our Sneezy the Snowman. We're going to add it right there. Tomorrow we'll write beginning, middle, end. So we'll use our writing for sentences tomorrow. When we come back, we'll finish that. We'll do our Lexia time, and with Lexia I'm going to pull my ELD kids, and so I'll pull them small group. We'll do some reading, we'll do some phonics, again some phonemic awareness in our 15-minute group. So we'll probably just get to phonemic awareness and some phonics for them. For a whole group for reading, I'm going to do some comprehension. So we're going to try this as the first time trying comprehension. Writing it down. So asking and answering questions is a first grade standard. So we're going to have, there's 5 questions there. We're probably going to do like 2 or 3 today, and we'll finish up tomorrow. We are doing, week 4 of unit 2, a little bit behind, but it does pick up towards the end. They just move a little bit faster. So we're going to do work on comprehension. And then tomorrow we'll finish the comprehension for Thump Thump Helps Out. And they're basic questions. When does Thump Thump help out? How did the other rabbits feel about it? And so they're just very basic. But what we're going to get into is looking back at the text, because on the worksheet, it does ask at the end what page number they find it on. So they're going to have to look back at the text, find the page number, and we're going to focus on answering questions in complete sentences. So we're going to do that. We have, I think, one more reindeer thing to finish up that we didn't do. We practiced lining up with all the first graders, with the talls, middles, and the tiny titans. And then we sang a song. We sang one song, and then we practiced getting off of the stage. And then when we came back in, we practiced the other song. I missed library. Oopsie. It was at 10:15. There was a time change, and I forgot. Oh, well. So we did that, and then we got into finishing our STAR test. And so I have everyone finish their STAR test, and they are improving, and I was so happy for them. We have less reds, we have more greens, and it was surprising to see how much they noticed that there was growth. I showed them the graphs. It has no names on the graph, it's just colored. So I showed them the graphs and said, this is our first one and this is our second one. And so they were able to tell the difference, and they were able to see that our green has more. And I tell them that's what we want. We want more friends with green. So we'll see what the end of the day brings. It's short day today. They get out an hour early for PLCs. So I'm going to finish up what I have on my desk, and I'll see you after school. The elf has moved. There's the elf right there. The elf, Miss Diamond Sparkles herself, that's the name they gave her, brought gummies today. So those were the gummies that my parent gave the other day. So she brought gummies. The baby owls mysteriously went away. They were looking for them, thinking that there was maybe 4 owls in our room. I said, no, I think if she's here, they're away. They had gummies that they took to lunch with them, and they were very excited. When they came in, they come in with their iPads ready to find where the owls are. They take pictures like little tourists. I told my husband, they take pictures of where the elf is, what the elf brought. I gave my elf presents for my friends that weren't here yesterday, gave it to them. I'm going to put the extras away because I think they will mysteriously disappear throughout the day if I leave them there. But I have 4 absent. So I'm going to put those away. It is lunchtime. Let me tell you what we did so far. What did we do today so far? We did math STAR test. I have 6 friends that need to finish. So after lunch, we're going to do that. After math STAR test, we went to go practice our songs, but not all the classes showed up. And so we're going to go practice again later on. And then when we came back in after recess, we did our math, which was subtraction. And we started to do our phonics. And so we finished our phonics lesson today. We did a 4-minute phonics, and it was going over the sh digraph. And so we did that on the carpet on our whiteboard. So all of them have personal whiteboards that over the years I accumulated, and I actually have 24, actually more, and then they're markers. And so they wrote with the 4-minute phonics, it tells you the word, it sounds it out for you, and you write it down, and then it flashes and it shows what it is. And so we did that right before lunch. When we come back in, we're going to finish our STAR testing. So those 6 friends will finish STAR testing. The other ones are going to do ST math, which is quiet. After that, I'm gonna have them sit on the carpet. We're gonna read Reindeer because I didn't get to this yesterday. I instead did what I was gonna do today. I did yesterday, and so I'm doing yesterday today. So we're going to do read this on Reindeer. I'm gonna hand this out, and I'm going to fill out, or we're gonna fill out what we can, and then we're going to read this, and then we're gonna see if we can fill anything else out. And then I found a YouTube video that's like 5 minutes, and it goes over caribou reindeer, and we're gonna watch that, and we're gonna see if we can fill anything else out. Then we're gonna put this on the side of our desk, and we're not gonna worry about it for a while. So we're gonna get some nonfiction in. After we get our nonfiction reading in, we're gonna go back to our regular reading, and we're going to read our wonders. Here's my wonders. We're going to read Thump Thump, and what we have to finish from yesterday is our comprehension questions. So this is what we did yesterday. It was very difficult for some, even my readers, to be able to point and find the answer. Like, no, I want you to actually point to the answer. So that was good. That was kind of like, oh, like for some of them, like I don't know everything, because some of them think, oh, I know how to read. Like I don't need to do this, but I'm bringing in comprehension now. So point to the answer. That's not the answer. Point to the answer. So that was a good like little exercise for them yesterday, that they still have to do some work in first grade. So we did 3. We'll do the other 2. Since they are doing testing, I'm gonna have them draw a rabbit on this side, because Thump Thump is a rabbit, and then we will pick something fun to draw on this side, just to bring in some relaxing thank you for doing your tests. After that, we're going to do a Go Noodle. They really want to finish and leveling up the person, so we'll do some Go Noodle, and then that will probably take us to our next singing time. We're going to practice singing once the 8th graders go in, because I am a K-8 school. Once the 8th graders go in, we're going to go practice singing one more time. It's actually more practicing getting everybody in line, because that's the hard part. So we're going to get everybody in line. We're going to go on stage. We're going to sing our 2 songs, and then we will come back to the classroom. I'll see what we are going to do. Hi, it's Friday. It's in the morning, real quick, because I have a lot of stuff to do. We have our singing performance today, so that's going to be all my morning pretty much. I'm going to have to skip a recess, which means I'm going to have to give kids recess after, so a little bit off schedule. So I'm going to give them recess after, so I'll probably have to stand there and watch them, and so I'm not really going to get a break until 10:30. I can probably call the office to see if someone can cover my class. I can at least go bathroom, but we're going to go outside right after our singing. We have one at 9 and then at 9:30. So as soon as the kids come in, I'm going to finish making their hats. Let me grab one so you can see what they look like. They're little reindeer hats. So I've been teaching quite a long time. And I had, this isn't the exact one, but I had just this folded up inside my files that went with reindeer. And I never really had a use for it, and I really didn't want to cut it out because it's tracing and cutting it out. But they wanted to wear something reindeer, and I said, I have something. And so I showed it to the other first grade teacher, and I was like, but I really don't want to, deal with this, because I showed it to them yesterday. And so she was like, I got it. And so she has a helper next door that comes in and volunteers. And so the volunteer cut 75, 80 of those yesterday. Props to her. Santa's watching. And so it just comes out like a little hat. And so this is what the kids are going to put on and wear on stage, because we're singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We really didn't practice kindergarten and first grade, so we'll see how it goes. My plan is to come in, take roll, finish making hats, because I had, some absent, and then start getting in line. The longest part is going to be getting in line and getting there. We're only singing 2 songs. So we're singing Let's Build a Gingerbread House and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Kindergarten's only singing 2 songs. So the singing part is going to take like 5 minutes, but it's the getting there, getting in line, getting on, getting off. So we have a show at 9, and then we have one at 9:30. And then after that, I'm going to take my kids out and watch them at recess, because their recess time's at 9:30, but we'll be singing on stage. So I'm going to take them out. I probably have to wait, though. I need to check when bigger kids' recess is, but I'll take them out. We'll have a little recess or a walk around, I'll tell them, and then so that way they use bathroom, and then we'll come back in. For my bathroom break, I'll probably have to call the office for them to cover me. So that's my morning. After my morning, after recess or a break, we'll probably come in and start our day. So we'll probably do a math lesson. We'll do ST math, and then we will do our read out loud. And then after our read out loud, I'll check to see who still needs to do the math test. Hopefully my absent kids are here today. So we'll do our math test in STAR. So that means everybody else is going to be reading books, and that's going to probably be lunchtime. So it's not going to be a very hard morning. It's going to be eventful, but it's going to be pretty easy going. It's just going to be go, go, go. So I'm going to go see if I can look in the cafeteria real fast and see what it needs. I have what I need for the day, so I'm good with that, and I'll see you at lunchtime. I'm tired. It's lunchtime. Breaking news, someone touched the elf. So she's there, Miss Diamond Sparkles. She was sprinkled with cinnamon. We told her we were sorry, so hopefully she comes back with her magic. One of my friends says, oh, you're supposed to sprinkle reindeer food on her. And I told her, well, in my house, we do cinnamon. So I brought my cinnamon out and I said, I sprinkled some on. I said, we have to tell her we're sorry. And so we told her we're sorry. Kids have gone up to her and said, you know, we're sorry for touching you. So she's right there. She didn't move because someone was touching her yesterday. And that's just what happens. It's lunchtime. I'm tired. Academically, standard-wise, I have taught performing arts standards today. We had a show at 9 o'clock. We had a show at 9:30. Between those, we walked around the quad twice. We got back in line and we went back for our second program. We have done it at night before, but then it gets into the whole, only half the kids come, but that's okay. Parents can show up at night, more parents that want to come back. But then it's teachers putting in extra time away from my family, and previously we never got paid for it. So it was overtime, unpaid, and I was away from my family when I should have been home, and it was past my work hours, and so we started to do it in the morning. All the kids are here, but not all the parents. So it's one of those things that maybe later on we'll start doing them at night again, but right now, you know, it's in the morning and we haven't done it in a couple of years. So if you have Dojo, I videotaped it and I put it on Dojo for my parents that couldn't make it. And that's just how it worked out. They were happy, they were excited. They came back in. We did indoor recess. So I gave them 10 minutes to doodle, draw, and snack. We went bathroom break, had water. We came, sat down, and we were watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas, an animated version by, I think Books in Bed has it on YouTube. And so we were sitting down and watching that. So we're about halfway through that, and then it was lunchtime. So language arts, math, science, like all those standards I did not teach today so far, but I did teach my performing arts standards. So I've been teaching. What else? A parent brought some snacks for next week, so awesome. I have 2 snacks for next week for my elf on the shelf, and I don't know. So we'll see what we get through. When we come back, we're gonna finish the story, and then after we finish the story, we're gonna start with our day. So we'll do some phonemic awareness. I need to do cause and effect from Sneezy the Snowman. So we're going to do that. And then I have a art project that I need to get ready for Sneezy the Snowman. We're gonna come back in. I'm gonna read them, Sneezy the Snowman, one last time. I'm gonna check to see if they can take an AR test on it. We have our cause and effect. So the effect is he kept melting, and then we're gonna draw the 3 causes of why he kept melting. So his hot cocoa, his campfire, and then what was the other reason? I'm gonna have to check what the other reason was. And so we'll just do a quick drawing of each cause, and then we'll do our effect, which is he kept melting, so we'll draw a puddle. So that's what we're going to do. Our art project today is going to be Sneezy the Snowman, and he's a puddle. So I have some brown for the arms. I have his black buttons. I have his green carrot nose, and then I have his body pieces. And what this is they're going to build Sneezy the Snowman like he was in a puddle. So it's just going to be white blobs, and then it's going to be the nose, the arms, the button eyes and mouth, and they're just gonna be there on the piece of paper. So I need to go cut some, I think I'm gonna do blue for the background. And so we'll do that for Sneezy the Snowman. So we have that. That's gonna be our like read out loud end of the week project. That's what I have for Sneezy. For reading, we are going to do some writing that goes with Thump Thump Helps Out. This is from Humble Beginnings. That goes with our week for Unit 2. And so they're just gonna write about how Thump Thump helps and then how they help at home. So they have these pieces of paper. It's a full paper, but I like the kids to do more writing, so I have them write it out. So it just says, how does Thump Thump help? And so I'll give them sentence starters that are on this paper, and then we'll finish it. And then at the end, I'm gonna have them write down, I can help by, and then I'll have them write down what they do to help out in their house or maybe in their school. And so we're going to do that. And that's going to be our writing. Math, I'm going to do ST math. We're going to do Lexia, but I also have to finish STAR testing. So I'm going to get my friends that weren't finished, and so we'll finish STAR testing for math. And then to next week, I'll get everyone that was absent. So that's what I have planned. So that should take us the rest of the day. So I think I'm good. And if I need anything more, I'll do, I didn't do math, so I'll do a subtraction assignment in math. I'm tired, I can't think right now. I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm going to finish drinking my coffee and my tea. Coffee and tea. Get yourself some friends. We do like this week everyone gets coffee. This week I'm buying coffee, next week somebody else is buying coffee. It's our Friday treat to each other. I got this Java sock. It kept showing up on TikTok, and so I was like, fine, I'll get it. It was the Black Friday sale, and so I bought one for all my friends, and they come in handy. This is my tea from the morning. Didn't finish it, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go get my paper for my Sneezy the Snowman, and then I'm gonna go just relax with my friends for a little bit before this all starts again. So hopefully I can do a quick after work. But again, I have to be a mommy and go pick up my son right after work. If I don't see you, I will see you next week. And if I do, I'll let you know what we did. But for right now, I'm gonna say peace out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time if I don't speak to you after work. Hi, we made it to last recess. Everything's going great. Let me show you what we did with Sneezy the Snowman right before last recess, and then we'll see what we do for the rest of the day. This is our craft that we did. So we made our puddle of Sneezy the Snowman. The kids really wanted to put it like in order, but I told them that he's melted, and so we had to put him in a melted puddle. And then he always says, make me brand new. So we put that in a speaking bubble. And then we had a story map, and we talked about problem and solution. We sounded out all the words. I did tell them how to spell clothes because I told them that it was a little bit different. So we sounded it out. And then cream, we did the cr, and then I told them it was an EA because we haven't gone over vowel pairs. And then there's our M. Everything else was sounding out. And they worked really hard on it. They were really great. And then on the back, we did our cause and effect. And so this one was just drawing. We did write hot tub, hot cocoa, and fire. And then we talked about how these caused him to turn into this. And so this was our effect. These were our causes for Sneezy the Snowman. So right before recess, we went out for Free Play Friday. So I just let them, as long as you're moving, it works for me, so that you can play with the equipment that's out there. We do have our jungle gym, or they can just walk and talk. So as long as they're moving, there's movement, we're good. When we come back in, we will do some mindfulness just to calm them down, and then we'll do some Lexia. We haven't done Lexia today, so we'll do our Lexia time, and then during Lexia, I will pull my ELD kids, and we'll do some writing. Actually, we're gonna do some practice book pages that go over our phonics, and it goes over our high frequency words for the week. And so I'm going to pull them, and we're going to do some practice book pages. I rarely use our practice book, but I think that'll work for today. And then after we do our Lexia time, we're going to come back together and we will write our nonfiction on our reindeer. We haven't finished our reindeer, and then we will draw a reindeer. So those are the two things I have planned for when we come back in. Actually, sorry, I was going to do a mystery science. There's our bell. I'm going to do mystery science just to bring them back in. We'll do our meditation. We'll do our Lexia time, and then we will get into our writing nonfiction for our reindeer, and then drawing and labeling our reindeer. So those are the 5 things I have planned for the end of the day. We'll see if I get through them. I'm going to end it here. After work, I got to head right on to pick up my high schooler, and then we'll see next week. I can't wait to see what energy they bring, because they're going to bring it, because it's the week before vacation. We'll be off for 3 weeks, and then we'll see what's up. So I'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.